Good day, everyone. My name is Christian Ramosambal, and now let's talk about that's the second technical aspect of designing instructional materials. So, alignment to standards and depth of knowledge. So, there are three categories under of it. So, first, let's talk about the aligned to standards. So, instructional materials should selected taking into account the instructional materials should be available in district in order to meet the criteria. So the criteria is developed by the licensed staff under the supervision of the administrative staff. So instructional materials should meet the high standards of quality, in factual content, and presentation. Second is efficiently address a standard. So the materials are learner-centered and cater for the needs and interests of the students. So it is expected that the material should be appropriate for the age, emotional, and social development, and the ability of the learners to whom the materials is selected. Third is appropriate depth of knowledge, questions, and activities. So instructional materials should develop diverse with respect to levels of difficulty, reader appeal, and should present variety of point of view. Now let's move on to the principles of materials development. So materials should provide the learners with opportunities that will allow them to articulate properly, since it is one of the main objectives of in developing an instructional materials for speaking. So materials must include various activities to appeal to different kinds of learners. Now let's move on to the procedures of materials development. So according to DATBAO 2013, so here are the procedures of materials development. First is conceptualizing learners' needs. So it is important to look for both subjective needs and objective needs in the learner. Second is translating needs to subject matters and communication situations. So knowledge about the learner needs will serve as a foundation which experiential content is selected for instructional materials. Third is designing skills, acquiring tasks. Fourth is focus on both sharing and processing information. So speaking tasks should not merely organize learners during interaction to share information, but also enable them to process it. Fifth is rehearsing features of spoken discourse. Six is evaluating materials for speaking skills. Now let's move on to the samples of instructional materials. One of these is speech recognition. So recognizing speech allow voice to serve as a main interface between the human and the computer. So can provide accurate, actionable feedback to learners to help them with their pronunciation, help students achieve fluency by targeting grammar, vocabulary, and also conversations. So according to one of the study entitled Automatic Speech Recognition Technology as an Effective Means of Teaching Pronunciation, automatic speech recognition for teaching pronunciation offers many advantages for language learners. For example, technology gives the teacher a chance to discover individual problems of learners which learners can practice independently. That's all for my talk. Thank you.